this computer. Okay. All right, so go to a new page here. So it's just equations from words. Okay, I'll keep that up here. I'm just pulling up a new sheet. So equations from words. And this is page 24. So I'm gonna pull this away. And I'm gonna ask you to make a table. Okay, so let's make your table 8 rows high. Okay, so I'm gonna start right here and do 8 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna go all the way across the length of the, or the width here of the paper. Okay. And then I'm going to draw a line after that first row. Okay. So you should have 8 total rows, 1 at the top here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows. And use the width of the paper. Check something here. Okay. All right, now I want to make 5 columns. It doesn't have to be perfect. Mine is definitely not going to be perfect, but try to make 5 columns. 1, 2, 3. So you're going to do 4 lines. 4 lines within your table will make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. All right. In that first column, some words I want you to write here. First one is. Second one is equals. Okay. A phrase here is the same as. Okay. And then the last one is equal to. Okay. Is equals is the same as is equal to. Okay. If you hear any of that, that's the equal sign. Okay. The column next to that, I want you to put plus total increased by. Okay. More than or added to. Those are the phrases you're going to hear for addition. Okay. All right, in the next one, I'm going to give you 6 total phrases, but I'm going to group them. There's going to be a top 3 and a bottom 3. Okay, and so the first one is reduced. Second one is decreased by. Third one is subtracted by. Okay, now I'm going to skip a line. The next 3 I'm going to give you are special ones that we'll talk about later. Okay, less than, subtracted from, and fewer than. And I'm going to put a star next to each of these. Okay, we'll talk about these 3. These are all 6 of these are subtraction words. When you hear these, you'll think of subtraction and you'll put subtraction. Okay, But these last three are special, and we'll talk about why they're the extra thing you have to do with them. Okay. The next row, product times and multiplied by. Okay, and these are all times. We'll put an X for the times. And then the last column, just two terms or two words you might hear. Well, the first one's a word quotient. And then the other phrase you might hear is divided by, and that's going to be for division. Okay. All right. I want to talk real quick here. I'm going to give you one sentence of notes here for these star words. So these three are subtraction words, okay? But these three at the bottom, put a star here, okay? These are turnaround phrases. Okay, so turnaround phrases. So just these three. So not all subtraction words are turnaround phrases. The top two are not. Okay, the top three are not. Reduced, decreased by, subtracted by. Okay, but the bottom three are subtraction words that are turnaround phrases. Okay, and you'll have to flip the order on those. And you'll see some examples here when we do them. All right, so I'm going to do 5 total with you. The first 2 are the most common ones you'll see, okay? So I'm going to write here, here's the first example. 283 is equal to the quotient of 376 and R. Okay, so there is an example of what IXL will give you. Okay, so what you'll do is you use the table, have this in front of you, and you're just going to put everything in order. 283, you're going to type in 283 is, okay, or is equal to. Okay, so is equal to, okay, that means equal. Okay, so 283 is equal to. All right, what's it equal to? The quotient of 376 in R. So everything's going to be in order, right? 283 right first, next came is equal to, put that next. And then this is also in order, the quotient. Quotient means divide. So what are you going to divide? 376 in R, okay? So you're going to type in 376 first, that's in the numerator. In IXL, the division line is the division symbol is going to be the slash. So the quotient of 376 in R, okay? And that's what you type into IXL for that first problem. Okay. All right, number 2. Let's do another one. Okay, next one is V increased by 356 is the same as M. Okay. All right, so everything in order. Put it all in order. V increased by, so I'm gonna put V first. Increased by, well, it looks like increased by is addition. So V plus 356, okay, is the same as, that's equal. M. Putting everything in order. Okay, and that's what you would type into IXL. Okay, so most of the ones you see in IXL are going to be like numbers 1 and 2. Okay. All right, the next few I want to show you involve these 3 turnaround phrases. Again, not all subtraction terms, okay, are turnaround phrases like we're going to see in numbers 3, 4, and 5 here, okay? But if you see these 3 in particular, you have to flip the order. And here's what I mean. All right, so number 3, x fewer than 77 is 236. Okay, so there's your IXL problem. All right, so first we're going to put it in order, okay? X fewer than 77. So we'll put X, hey, fewer than, that goes under minus, so that's fewer than 77, okay? But it's not one of these 3 up here that you don't have to turn around. It's fewer than, it's one of our 3 special ones, okay? So that means we have to flip this around, okay? So it's going to be 77 minus x. If you put in x minus 77, IXL will say it's wrong, okay? You have to, for these 3 key phrases here, you have to flip the order. So not x minus 77, but 77 minus x, okay? And then we still have the is 236, so we have to put that in at the end. Is, so equals 236. Pen is running out of ink, okay? So this is what you would type into IXL. 77 minus x equals 236. Okay, so a turnaround phrase, fewer than turnaround phrase. Okay. All right, let's do another one with a turnaround phrase. Okay, so next one, C is equal to 88 less than U. Okay. So C is equal to 88 less than U. So let's put things in order first. C is equal to, so I'm going to put C equals, but let me highlight this first. Okay, so C is equal to, so C equals, all right, 88 less than U. So I have 88, and then less than, hey, less than looks like it's a subtraction. Okay, so I'll put a subtraction sign. So 88 minus U, okay? But it's a special, it's one of the special subtraction ones. It's not one of the ones at the top where we can leave it in the same order, okay? It's one of these 3 here. So it's a turnaround phrase. So I have to flip-flop the U and the 88. Okay, because if you put this into IXL, I'll tell you it's wrong, okay? So this is C equals to, not 88 minus U, but U minus 88, all right? So C is equal to 88 less than U, okay? Okay, and then the last one I'm going to give you, it's also going to have a turnaround phrase in it, okay? It's going to be a longer one, not too much longer, just one extra term. And once you get to about I think it's for 70 or 75, it's going to give you at least one longer one. So we're going to do one of those here. All right, so number 5, last one, 21 subtracted from the quantity of 24 times n is 243. 21 subtracted from the quantity of 24 times n is 243. Okay, all right, so let's do this one. First, put everything in order. 21 subtracted from. All right, so it looks like subtracted from, not by, but subtracted from is a subtraction term. Okay, so subtracted from, make sure I'm trying to get everything in the screen here. Okay, so 21 minus, and since it's subtracted from, it's going to be a turnaround phrase. It's one of these three special ones. We'll deal with that in a second. 21 subtracted from the quantity. Quantity just means the value. Subtracted from the quantity of 24 times n. So subtracted, so minus 24 times, so I'll put an x n. Okay, but subtracted from is a turnaround phrase. Okay, so I'm going to flip the order here. So it's going to be 24 times n minus 21. Right, so we're going to flip the order. Okay, so this is 21 subtracted from the quantity of 24 times n is 243. So I'll put equals 243. Okay, so that's what I would type into IXL. Again, subtracted from is a turnaround phrase. Those are your three turnaround phrases that you're going to see. Okay, and another thing I'll tell you is, since, remember, multiplication, this 24 times n that we use with an x, you could also just put 24n. No sign means multiplication. Okay, so 24n minus 21 equals 243. Okay, either one would work. Okay, so I'll give you a second here to catch up on any notes that you didn't get down earlier. Okay, so I just started the IXL that I want you to do. It is IXL W2. Okay. IXL W2.